No, he didn't like it. As soon as it left his hand, he knew he wasn't going to get any sort of angle. So, the first problem for Dominic Barrett. That will at least have given Remy Ong some encouragement, the sort of encouragement that Barrett wouldn't have wanted to offer. And his maximum tumbles now to 5-4-6 over the 2 games, so 2-4-6 for this one. And all of a sudden the gap between the two is nowhere near as big.
Yeah, just down to 21 pins again. And the advantage with Ong here, because he's got the strike and he's going to work on the double going into the foundation frame, which is frame number 9. Crikey, these games move along so quickly, don't they?
Well, it does for us watching. Just imagine how fast it is for the players out there competing. We all know when you're playing a sport that it flies by. And a good foundation strike for Ong turns a single into a double.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was looking for. It's the time to make his move. Barrett opened, Ong has doubled. And it's, yeah, Remy's just checking the scores there. He'll feel certainly a lot better going into the 10th frame with that double sitting there.
Barrett then. That's better. Now, we don't tend to offer excuses, do we, Cass? Just reasons for things happening, but clearly the lane changed on Dominic Barrett a bit, and he's made a nice adjustment.
Right, flashback in the pocket again, has carried all 10 pins. He's really got a high carry percentage, hasn't he, on those pocket hits?
Yeah, it's getting very, very impressive from the young Englishman. But it's going to need to be. The quality of opponent that he's on the stage with is just almost second to none in this tournament. Remy Ong, Asia's #1 bowler, will be able to get himself back into this match. He knows that, and he knows that the deficit that he was facing just 2 frames ago has not quite evaporated, but he's certainly halved it. Great shot. One of Ong's more convincing deliveries so far in this match.
Yeah, he's doubled up frames 9 and 10, gives himself 2 bonus shots.
Well, they want to go clean from here. That would bring him 2-2-5, which is, we think, just over the par for this lane. As ever, Ong proceeding at his pace. Has a meticulous pre-shot routine which rarely changes. Like that. Like that a lot.
Yeah, really taking advantage of the double of the 9th and 10th. He's made that 4 in a row. And he knew that was good. As soon as it came off the hand, he was happy with that. Gets the carry. That's what it's all about. Good bowling in the clutch frame here. Frame number 10. Strike for 2-2-5. Not a bad score. Probably just a bit below par. Had that crazy 7-pin miss right in the middle, which that's kept the score down.
But he can thank Dominic Barrett for letting him back in.
Oh yeah, he's going to be there or thereabouts for the game number 2.
Well, telling it to sit worked last time, and it's worked this time as well. 2-2-5 for Remy Ong. That's a very good comeback indeed. Manages to string 5 strikes together to finish off that game. And what he's done is he's just reminded his young opponent, Dominic Barrett, who he's on the stage with. How will Barrett deal with this? It's all about mental pressure at this stage. Most of the players very similar in terms of their skills. It's what goes on in the mind.
Eight strikes for Ong in that game. 1 open frame. Barrett can up that with the double in the 10th.
Oh, unlucky.
Well,
round of
you know,
applause.
I think that Tenpin was hit at least twice by messengers and other lying dead wood. It's a fraction light in the pocket, and there's the messenger, the head pin. Hits it, and I think the 4-pin hits it as well.
So, if he strikes out, or spares and then strikes, he's going to have a 1-pin lead over Ong. This match will be beautifully poised. Now, is he going to have a lead? Or are we going to have a tie going into the second game? That's always possible as well if he leaves one standing.
Well, obviously, if it's a tie, then the game becomes, or the match becomes a 1-game shootout rather than 2, which is really exciting. Great viewing, great Tenpin bowling.
Not great for the heart rate in the commentary box, though, I can tell you, Cass.
No, that's right, but we just like to see Tenpin bowling showcased around the world at its highest level. And once again, Matchroom have come up with 16 of the top players in the world.
Oh, he has left one. And so we are going to go in to the second game, even Stevens. That's nice. Good to see between the two players. Well, it's as you were. Back to square one. Both players potentially on the same score at the end of this match.
It's nip and tuck as our players start the second game all square. We'll be back after the break. This is the PartyPoker.net World 10-Pin Masters, and our players tonight are willing the pins to fall over as they compete for a place in the semi-final. Let's go back to our commentary team.
Well, Cass, hope I don't misquote or get the golfer's name wrong, but I think it was someone like Walter Hagen all those years ago that said golf occurs in the space, the 6-inch space between your ears and nowhere else. And there's a lot to be said for that quote when you apply it to Tenpin bowling. It's a mental game. These guys have developed their skill level. They're very similar in terms of that, but it's what you do upstairs that counts.
Unfortunately, not being old enough to remember Walter Hagen, you obviously do, but you're quite right in the quote. The game is between your ears.
Straight through the head pin. Not a great start to this second game from Dominic Barrett, and it's clear that the pressure Remy Ong has managed to apply is just starting to affect this young man's swing. Not quite as free and easy as it has been.
Yeah, I think he missed his mark a bit there. His rev rate's down. He's just inside his line, and that's why. Through the head pin, leaves the 3, 6 and the 10 pin standing. Just that little cluster in the corner. Needs to be accurate. He should straighten his shot out and take this one across the lane from the right-hand side. Needs to be good, and is. That's a good spare under pressure.
Well, we often chat about the draw back in the green room, myself and Cass, and your prediction, Cass, we've got to be fair, your prediction was Barnes, Belmonte, Moore, Ong as our semi-final lineup. So you're starting to feel a little more confident about seeing that prediction through?
It's not a bad 4-horse accumulator, is it? Yeah, I'm quite satisfied with the way things are going at the moment. Don't ask me to predict the finalists or the winner, not just yet anyway.
No, I'll leave that rather thorny question for some time in the future. Remy Ong meant to see if he can start well and continue to build this raft of pressure that he's managed to develop in the last 10 minutes or so. Well, he liked it. And the crowd like it. They're a sporting bunch here in Barnsley. They desperately want Dominic Barrett to go through, but more than happy to applaud greatness when they see it.
Absolutely, yeah. One of the best bowlers in the world is Remy Ong, and he called that shot as the ball came off his hand. Well happy with it. Made the pocket, carried all 10.